Yo, just wanted to take a look at something really quick, so let's do that. Here is radar omega, and if I pull up the GFS global model, this most recent run, in fact, actually, kind of at least maybe one of the runs from yesterday, had kind of been hinting at what I'm about to show, but if you play it forward a bit, okay, yeah, so if you play it forward a bit, you can see this thing develops around the 16th, and it's spinning. It's like I'm assuming a category at least one, but maybe category 2 to 3 at hurricane. I'm guessing just based on the shape. Like here, it looks like just a tropical disturbance, but at this point, you can see a defined eye wall, and it looks like it gets tighter as far as the system organizes a bit and starts spinning a bit more, and like the core of it gets a little tighter. But if you notice, it's coming up here, and it moves north towards California, which there was a previous I think it was Tropical Storm Eugene or Hurricane Eugene. Anyway, it like went out here and then gets broken up by this out here, and then like the remnants of it got taken over, like this part of California. But you can see first of all that multiple, like this thing spins up and it's a lot smaller than this other much larger, like this is a very large system. As you can see right here, it's like half the size of Mexico. So it's fairly large, and it goes over uh, Baja California, right? Is that what they call this? Whatever this is, right? I think that's what it's called, though. In fact, let me hold on. Okay, yeah, just confirming. Uh, that is in fact what it's called. Um, so it moves over this region, which is technically Mexico, but you'll notice it as it kind of like makes more of a landfall. A lot of the remnants start moving over. Like San Diego's right here. If it's any more west when it makes a landfall, all of the remnants are going over San Diego and some of Los Angeles, right? And I just wanted to make this video because I mean, it looks to me like there's going to be a lot of, like there's three currently being modeled, right? There's like, I guess you could even say this thing, Hurricane Dora just went off this direction, and it's like I think that this might even be it. Yeah, this is it. And then you have, it looks like this is forming something. It looks like that's forming something. And they don't get super organized, but this one does seem to, at least the model has it, and we're still at a point where this isn't so far out that it's impossible. That it's actually going to play out like this, but we're not so close that this is like definitive. But it does it seem like there's like multiple opportunities. Like you see immediately afterwards, another thing spins up, and so I just thought this was interesting because this looks like if it goes any more west, right? If it has any more of a slight western trajectory, as in instead of making landfall like right here, if it continues here, it looks like you're going to have a landfall in Los Angeles, right? On Los Angeles. So, or around Los Angeles, San Diego, somewhere around there. So, I wanted to make a video covering it because this one looks more. There was one, there was a like that one that I was saying Eugene or whatever for a while. It the model had shown it doing what it ultimately did, which is just like it gets broken up by whatever this kind of activity is out here, and then it gets the remnants of it got pushed back up into California. But this, I mean, looks like a legitimately organized system that, in the least, California is going to get some of it if it plays out exactly like the model is showing. Um, and just reasonably, like there's still a lot of time for this to can, I think. Here we'll go back to like what? How far can I go back on these? Can I go back? Okay, we'll go back. I guess the first one, the first model of the day. So this is uh, earlier in the day's run, and you can see that it forms up, and it doesn't really. It just has it going out to sea. I think yesterday's formed something up, and it had it doing something slightly different. So this is just one of the possible trajectories, right? And the closer we get to it, the more likely the thing is going to play out. I'll also say GFS isn't always perfectly accurate on hurricane stuff. Usually, the European model is pretty. I've noticed being in Houston, like usually, if the GFS says something versus the European model, I'm going to go with the European model because it's just more likely that's what happens. But I did think that this was worthwhile to like pull up because if this happens, this is like I'm not sure I've ever seen not this one. Hold on, this one. If this one happens, I'm not sure I've ever seen something this organized and large, um, of affecting California or having the possibility of affecting California, like actually in you know. I mean, I guess it's always a possibility, but something that's actually modeled that you can see. I mean, here, yeah, okay. This one's even more. So the one from 6 hours ago, not 12 hours ago, or no, we've already passed 18. This is just slow to update. But okay, if the 12Z has it making more of a Baja California landfall, but this 6Z, which was made a little early, like 6 hours earlier than the 12Z, they update every 6 hours. You can see, like I'm saying, if it goes any more west, there's going to be even the remnants of something like, first of all, this large and whatever. You're going to get a lot of rain over uh, Los Angeles, even though this one actually dissipates pretty quickly once it goes over. But you can see that when it's like in the 12Z, it doesn't just disappear. It like most of the remnants actually. In fact, it looks to me like I don't think Phoenix has gotten a lot of rain recently, but it looks to me like uh, the remnants of this specific at least run is a lot. Like that's quite a bit of I would assume that would lead to some decent rainfall rates wherever you see the greens into the oranges. I guess wherever you see the yellows and oranges, it's going to be pretty intense. Well, more significant. But yeah. Anyway, I just thought I would make a video looking at that. I thought that was interesting, and if it happens, it happens. Like I think that this is just one run, so not exactly sure how it's going to play out. But the fact that actually the 6Z also showed something not so dissimilar is, you know, we'll see what happens over the next few days. I'm going to keep watching it. And any more runs that look, similar to that look like they're going to reinforce that run as far as what the model looks like, maybe I'll make a video on those. So, okay. Otherwise, that's it. Hope you enjoyed. Have a blessed one. Later. Yeah. So, a hurricane in California. That would be pretty, I think that's pretty rare. So, especially one that looks that large, half the size of Mexico that's a pretty large one. But anyway, all right. Have a blessed one. Later. Yeah. Actually, a hurricane. Let me even refine what I'm saying here. It looks more like a hurricane in Southern California, specifically around like Los Angeles and or San Diego. But